If you label yourself as a high performer and being very productive, guess what? You're the one who's most likely going to burn out. And the thing is, the signs are actually small. They're there. And by the time we realize it, it's just too much and there's no going back. This is why as well in the workplace, the people are the most performant, the most productive, end up leaving sooner than they should because we are not paying attention to the visible signs causing a little crack, leading them to burnout and to leave. If you're new to my world, my name is Dina Marabi and I'm a peak performance strategist. For the past 25 years, I've been helping people understand what is blocking them from moving forward. And yes, it can be some as productivity and some tips, but very often is not understanding that we all have a unique way to perform, to succeed, to be. And when we bring that uniqueness, we're unstoppable. The reason why high performers are actually burning out is because we've been raised in this hustle culture, right? Get things done, saying yes, give your 110%. But that always ends up coming at a cost. But then we told people you need to maybe manage your stress, work-life balance, have some yoga sessions, some workshops at lunch, maybe take your week or two off of vacation, everything's gonna be better. But the thing, you cannot fix a rooted system problem with a band-aid. And burnout, it's not weakness. Burnout is not laziness. Burnout is when you've been functioning for high level for so long and you didn't actually integrate any recovery in the system anywhere during your week, your month, or your year. And recovery is not going for a spa day. Recovery is not going on vacation, because if your body is elsewhere and your brain is still thinking about work, that's not recovery. So the three things I really want you to pay attention to is that high performers, if that's really speaking to you, you ignore your signals, your body until it's too late. Very often we put our body and our health kind of like on the shelf and thinking one day I'm going to get there, one day I'll sleep, one day I'll rest, one day when I get to that milestone, once I get that promotion, once I launch this business. But we forget that going, having your nervous system being in like this overwhelmed state is going to crash at one point. And I talk a little bit about this in one of my latest episodes. Make sure you check the link right below. The second thing that we're not aware of is what helps you get to the level where you are in terms of success is not going to get you where you want to keep going. So there's always needs to be a shift. What we did in our 20s is different than we need to do at our 30s, different than we need to do at our 40s. Between our age, our lifestyle, our business, our focus, our mindset, even our positions, it needs to have a different type of person leading it and not always saying yes to everything and then burning out. And here's the thing. Productivity, having more productivity hacks will not fix, will not heal a cracked system. Okay? Again, it's just a beautiful little band-aid, but we need to look really what's happening under the surface. And I've worked with so many organizations and they keep saying, we gave so many wellness perks, we had like retreats, we really created the space for them to really, recalibrate and rest. But the people that are struggling are the ones that never ask for help. Because very often help can be seen as a weakness, and if you want to go up the ladder, God forbid you ask any help. And then they're surprised that the person just left overnight, because the person who is burning out is not going to come say, hey, by the way, I'm burning out, because there's a big taboo around it. We need to see the little signs. We need to understand where the energy is leaking, where they're being drained, and bring support. Because again, organizations, we're still in this wellness culture of giving yoga sessions and mindfulness sessions. And again, these are amazing, but they're band-aids. If there's a crack at the foundation of the person, that is only going to delay them leaving, but they're not going to be more productive at the end. If you're a leader, a business owner, or a team leader, ask yourself this: who in your team hasn't taken a break in a long time? Or when they take a break, they're always replying to emails. Or when they come back, they look even more exhausted than when they left. These are the people we need to pay attention to, and this is why we need to create a shift than having those band-aid resources, which are nice to have, but we need to focus on what do you need to have. So if this is resonating with you, that you're a high performer and you're like, oh my God, like this resonates with me, you need to bring awareness, okay? We're not here to say, oh my God, you should do this, and the other. Again, we're not throwing spaghetti on the wall and hoping something sticks. You need to know where you're leaking. So right below, I'm sharing a free energy leak assessment. And if you're a team leader, if you have coworkers, send this quiz to them. Within 2 minutes, you will actually understand where in the 4 pillars you're actually leaking energy to know what kind of work we need to bring in that you need to do or you need to integrate for your business. And as well, if you're curious to bring this system in your organizations, you can actually just comment right below or follow me over on LinkedIn and send me a message, and I would love to see how we can work together. On that note, I wish you a beautiful, balanced day. Dina Mayer be here, and I'll catch you in the next training.